What if I told you that warm weather retirement doesn't have to mean Florida anymore? For decades, Florida was the default. Sunshine, palm trees, mild winters, no snow shovels, end of discussion. For many retirees, it felt like the obvious final chapter. But over the past few years, something has quietly changed. More and more retirees are saying the same thing, often reluctantly at first. This isn't what I thought I was signing up for. Insurance costs that keep climbing, coastal areas that feel more crowded every year, humidity that turns a short walk into an endurance test, and housing prices that rise faster than many fixed incomes can comfortably handle. For some people, Florida still makes perfect sense. But for others, the trade-offs are starting to outweigh the benefits. And here's the important part. Retirees leaving Florida are not abandoning warm weather. They're redefining what warm weather actually means to them. Instead of chasing the postcard image, they're asking more practical questions. How does this climate feel day to day? Can I stay active comfortably? Will my budget still work 5 or 10 years from now? Across the U.S., there are places with warm winters, plenty of sunshine, and a much calmer pace of life. Places retirees are choosing instead of Florida. Not because they're perfect, but because the balance feels better. In this video, we're looking at those places. Warm weather retirement destinations that are not Florida. And we're doing this honestly. No fantasy numbers, no perfect climate promises. For every location, we'll talk about the real advantages and the real downsides so you can decide what actually fits your retirement. Stick around because a few of these places surprise people. Some look ideal on paper until you hear the catch. Others quietly outperform expectations and rarely make the headlines. Let's start in the American Southwest. Tucson, Arizona. When retirees say they want warm winters without Florida's humidity, Tucson is often the first place that comes up, and for good reason. Winters here are mild, usually in the high 60s to low 70s, and the dry air makes a noticeable difference for people who struggle with moisture and heat. Many retirees find they can stay active longer here simply because the climate is easier on the body. Tucson also benefits from a strong healthcare network anchored by the University of Arizona. That matters more over time than many people expect, especially for retirees thinking long-term. Beyond climate, Tucson offers balance. It is large enough to support museums, cultural events, and universities, yet calmer and more affordable than Phoenix. That creates a city that feels established rather than rushed. The trade-off is summer. Temperatures regularly exceed 100 degrees, and daily routines shift to early mornings and indoor afternoons. This is not casual heat. It requires adaptation. Water availability is also a long-term consideration people should be realistic about. Tucson works best for retirees who value consistency, dry warmth, and infrastructure, and who are comfortable adjusting their lifestyle during peak summer months. Las Cruces, New Mexico. Las Cruces is one of those places many retirees overlook until they start looking seriously at alternatives to Florida. Located in southern New Mexico, Las Cruces offers warm winters, over 300 sunny days a year, and housing costs that remain surprisingly reasonable. Elevation helps moderate the climate, keeping it warm without constant extremes. Many retirees describe the biggest benefit as the pace. Traffic is light, neighborhoods are quiet, life feels predictable. For people coming from busy metro areas, that reduction in daily stress can be just as valuable as the weather. The downside is scale. Las Cruces is not a major city. Specialized healthcare, major airports, and broader entertainment options often require travel. Growth is slow, which keeps costs down but also limits new development. Las Cruces suits retirees who prioritize affordability, calm, and sunshine over convenience and variety. Palm Desert, Coachella Valley, California. Palm Desert attracts retirees who want reliable warmth paired with convenience and healthcare access. Winters are comfortably warm, summers are extremely hot, and the region is built around retirees. Medical services, shopping, and daily needs are concentrated and accessible, which becomes increasingly important with age. Many retirees here consciously trade affordability for ease of living. Not having to drive far, plan extensively, or navigate complex logistics can significantly reduce daily stress later in life. The trade-off is cost. Housing, HOA fees, utilities, and California taxes require careful budgeting, particularly for retirees on fixed incomes. Summer heat can exceed 110 degrees, making seasonal routines necessary. Palm Desert works best for retirees with higher budgets who prioritize comfort, healthcare, and accessibility over cost control. San Diego, California. San Diego offers one of the most comfortable climates in the United States. Temperatures remain mild year-round, avoiding both desert extremes and high humidity. For retirees who want warmth without constant heat, this balance is hard to beat. Outdoor living is possible nearly every day of the year. The city also offers excellent health care, cultural institutions, and coastal access. Retirees who value activity, dining, and social life often feel energized here rather than slowed down. The main challenge is affordability. Housing and everyday expenses can quickly erode retirement budgets unless downsizing or choosing less central neighborhoods. San Diego suits retirees who prioritize climate stability and amenities, and who have the financial flexibility to manage higher costs. Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale appeals to retirees who want warmth without giving up structure and refinement. The city offers organized communities, walkable districts, upscale amenities, and extensive healthcare options. Winters are warm and sunny, and the dry climate appeals to many people sensitive to humidity. However, Scottsdale is no longer a bargain. Housing prices, homeowners association fees, and summer energy costs have risen steadily. While still cheaper than coastal California, it requires thoughtful financial planning. Scottsdale works well for retirees who want a polished environment and are comfortable paying a premium for lifestyle consistency. Austin, Texas. Austin attracts retirees who want warmth combined with energy and social life. The city offers strong medical infrastructure, cultural events, and an active atmosphere that appeals to people who do not want a quiet retirement. Winters are mild, summers are hot, but humidity is generally more manageable than Florida's coastal regions. The trade-off is cost. While Texas has no state income tax, property taxes are significant, and rapid growth has pushed housing prices upward. Austin suits retirees who value engagement and healthcare access, and who budget carefully for growth-driven costs. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque combines affordability with cultural depth and warm, dry winters. Housing remains relatively accessible, and the city's southwestern identity gives it the character many retirees enjoy. Winters are mild, and summers are warm but usually tolerable because of low humidity. Neighborhood choice matters here. Amenities and safety vary widely, so careful research is essential. Albuquerque works best for retirees who value warmth, affordability, and culture, and who are willing to choose location thoughtfully. Henderson, Nevada. It offers warm desert living with a quieter, more suburban feel than Las Vegas. Retirees are drawn to the lack of state income tax, modern infrastructure, and proximity to major hospitals and airports. Winters are mild and sunny. The downside is summer heat and rising housing costs driven by regional growth. Desert living also means limited greenery, which some retirees miss over time. Henderson suits retirees who value tax advantages, warmth, and access to metro services without urban intensity. Aiken, South Carolina. Aiken offers warm weather without Florida's density or coastal congestion. Housing remains affordable, community life is strong, and the pace is slower. While humidity exists, it is generally less intense than in coastal Florida. Healthcare access is adequate locally, though specialized care may require travel. Entertainment options are limited, which some retirees prefer. Aiken works well for retirees who want warmth paired with community rather than constant activity. Fairhope, Alabama. Fairhope offers southern charm, warm temperatures, and a walkable, social downtown. Retirees often highlight the sense of connection here. Community events and volunteer opportunities make it easier to build relationships. Costs are generally lower than Florida's coastal areas. The trade-offs include storm risk and fewer tax advantages. More complex healthcare needs may require regional travel. Fairhope suits retirees who value warmth, charm, and social connection over scale. So what does all this tell us? Retirees leaving Florida are not abandoning warm weather. They are redefining it. They are choosing dry climates over humidity, manageable cities over crowded coasts, and realistic trade-offs over perfect weather promises. There is no single best place to retire for the weather. There is only the place that best matches your priorities, health needs, budget, and tolerance for heat. If one of these places surprised you, or if you have already retired somewhere warm that is not Florida, share your experience in the comments. And if you are planning retirement based on lifestyle, not hype, consider subscribing. We focus on the details most videos skip.